So welcome to our JavaScript course. So here we're going to do our best to teach you the fundamentals of JavaScript in the shortest amount of time possible. So our goal is within a few days that you will understand some of these fundamentals and advanced concepts of JavaScript and build some very, very powerful and cool apps. So JavaScript again is the scripting language that's used in the web to create interactive websites. And now there are server-side languages like Node that we can use JavaScript to create all the backend applications that we can create using Ruby or PHP. But JavaScript allows us to do some very build powerful interactive websites. And since the trend now is that web applications are moving away from static content and is going to more of a single page application that does things real time, JavaScript is becoming more and more important for developers to know. And the cool thing is a lot of the traditional developers, they haven't had a lot of time to learn JavaScript. So if you learn JavaScript and get yourself very comfortable and also get yourself familiar with other frameworks like Angular, Backbone, and D3.js and some other libraries, it can really make you a good developer and make you hireable. So here, let's show some of the JavaScript projects that you're going to be doing in your as some of your assignments. So here we have where it emulates the user typing. That's kind of cool. And this is only about 10-15 lines of JavaScript, so that you will be able to build using JavaScript. So things that are not static, things that are changing constantly. Here's another one, a very simple JavaScript app that I built where it draws different circles and it expands. It uses SVG, which is a new HTML5 tag that allows us to draw some cool vectors, and it's really fast. So your assignment is to build some things like this and then to add some new features. That's really cool. And this one is a cool one where when I start the program, it starts out with, I guess, on this case, 10 magnetic circles. And you can see the number. And the size of the circle represents how large the magnetic charge is. So I emulated it where my mouse cursor is another magnetic charge, and you can kind of emulate. So it's pretty cool. I can put my mouse and you can change things. So using JavaScript OOP, each circle is an object and it can do some very, very cool things. I didn't use SVG on this one, but I've seen students use SVG and make this really, really interactive and cool. Okay, this is a game that I built. Pretty good game. I used to play this when I was a kid. Not this exact same one, but I tried to emulate. So you type in the word, and if you type in right, then you get the score. And yeah, so right now there are only like 6 word options, so it's kind of boring. But you can really take this and make it better. So for example, if I look at the code, I have a JavaScript library that I built. Yep, September, and pretty short, and it basically creates that game. Pretty neat, right? Here's another one. I have a few different versions for this, but Street Fighter. So we don't have copyrights for this image, but we found some people that got this, and so I can go left and right. I can punch, kick. Yeah, it's not complete. We intentionally kept it incomplete because then you can go and add some new features and stuff. You can add sounds, you can add multiplayer, you can add health bar, you can do all sorts of stuff. This is all in JavaScript. Here's another cool library called D3.js. And I would like students to play around with this after you learn OOP and after you have gone through our JavaScript course. But this allows us to do some very cool things. So it allows us to use SVG and tie HTML element directly with some data and to do some cool behaviors. And this is only about like 50 lines of JavaScript code. Well, actually, it seems to be a little bit more. But it gets the data from a JSON file, and it draws this. And it's really cool. I've had students who use this map, and they would emulate, for example, they would get data from Twitter, Facebook, and they have like light shooting out of certain parts of the world indicating, the tweets. So you can see, which country people are tweeting the most. I've had students install, like set up a slide bar so you can actually go back in time and see how this, have the Twitter or Flickr activity change. So that's really cool. And using JavaScript, you can build these cool interactive apps. And later, if you learn Node, then you can have all of these things happen live so that people don't have to reload the page. But as things change, everyone's computer gets updated so that you can create applications like Collab Edit, Google Doc, all of these live collaborative tools you can build using JavaScript. That's more on the server-side JavaScript Node than the client end. We're going to focus on the client end first, but later, if you learn Node, you can build all those interactive live websites. Okay, this is another cool one that's using D3.js. Let me just make that a little bit smaller. And look at that, beautiful, right? Okay, all that collision detection, making sites that look very interactive. Now, this, if you're not so good with front end, then you may just want to use D3.js and do some cool data visualization project, because that could be very impressive. This one is really cool. It's using, and the documentation of D3.js is still new, so it's not as good. But look at that, all these stuff. It's very cool. Okay, so again, first focus on the fundamentals, and as you do some of these assignments, we hope that you will understand more about how to create interactive JavaScript apps and to make some awesome looking apps. Okay, all right, have fun.